Welcome to The Heart of Health Live. There's a place for modern medicine in your life. Learn to use it correctly by getting your toughest questions answered on today's broadcast. Discover modern medicine's strengths and weaknesses. Lifestyle medicine opens the door to optimum health and healing. How you live and what you eat can profoundly affect mind and body. Learn simple solutions to complex problems. God provides the ultimate healing we all desire. He wants us healthy and happy. We just need to understand His plan for our lives and live accordingly. And now, live from Studio 1A in Chattanooga, Tennessee, here's your Heart of Health host, Dr. James Markham.
I want to welcome everyone this evening. We're glad you joined us on the Heart of Health Live, where your questions become our programming, and there's no such thing as a bad question. If one person has a question, everyone has a question, and our guest today is very qualified to answer these questions. It's pediatrician Rachel Nelson, and not only does Rachel manage the Children's Diagnostic Center, but she has kids of her own, so she's got practical experience of well. And you say, well, I don't have children, but everyone has either knows someone with children or grandparents or knows someone with a question. Well, she has come here this evening willing to answer your question. And the way you get your question on air is give us a call, 855-644-3278. Or if you're into the modern era and enjoy texting, our text number is 423-834-7307. And if you don't want to talk on air, our operators can write down your questions and you can bring them out here. Or if you're just shy and just want to go to our website, that's heartwiseministries.org. That's heartwiseministries.org. You can leave your question. Well, it's so important to take care of our kids because our kids are definitely our future. And all of us, hopefully, are young at heart. And we've heard a lot of things in the news that we're going to talk about. You've heard about the Enterobacter scare, that's going on at the time that Ebola is going on. There's many things to talk about. But one of the things we want to remember here is that God doesn't want us to be scared. There's a text in the Bible that says, be fearful about nothing. God wants us to be concerned, but allow our trust to be within Him. And at HeartWise, we believe that ultimate healing comes from that relationship we have with our Heavenly Father. After break, I'm going to introduce you to Dr. Rachel Nelson. We have some questions that have come into our website that will start wise first as we're waiting your call at 855-644-3278.
The Heart of Health Live will return in just a moment.
The Heart of Health Live is brought to you by HeartWise Ministries.
Body language. Without saying a word, it can tell you so much. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. The sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment, and that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Learn the body language, the sudden signs, and spot a stroke fast.
Medicines That Kill from cardiologist Dr. James Markham is now available. In his newest book, Dr. Markham explains why he believes that medications may very well be the #1 cause of death in America. Medicines That Kill uncovers the hidden risks associated with modern pharmaceuticals and outlines the biblical plan for physical and spiritual health. To find out how to get your copy, visit our website at heartwiseministries.org or call us toll-free at 855-644-3278.
This year, it's estimated that 56 million people will die. Some from old age, some from disease, and still others from terrible tragedies. At Heartwise, we can't do anything about sudden death, but what we can give you is free medical information that will help you live a longer, more fulfilling life with less disease and illness. If you are interested, we would love to talk to you about our wonderful God whom we love and serve, who is with us even when we are going through heartache. If you have a medical question, or if you are just at the end of your rope, call us at 855-644-3278. At Heartwise, we believe in truth, love, and healing.
You've got questions, we've got answers on the Heart of Health Live. Welcome back.
We're glad you're joining us, and yes, you have questions, I hope. Give us a call, 855-644-3278. Dr. Nelson, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for
And
having
I
me.
think I messed up that word. It wasn't enterobacter, it was enterovirus, right?
Yes, enterovirus D68.
That sounds very scary, but before we talk about that, what got you interested in being a doctor of kids?
I've always loved kids and I always wanted to be a doctor. So you put the two together and
Works
you get a
good, huh?
pediatrician.
Now you have kids of your own.
I do. I have a 4-year-old daughter and a 6-year-old son.
Now, I have kids too, but they've grown up, and I can remember when they were little, I used to worry a whole lot about, you know, when they were young, a fever. You know, I think I overreacted. Do you ever overreact because you know a little bit
I
more?
freely admit I have. I've done both extremes. I've overreacted and underreacted.
Okay, and I guess your husband breaks a tie?
He usually sides with me and we let a pediatrician break the tie.
Okay.
We have to have an objective person.
So let's remind our audience, a pediatrician, they go to medical school for 4 years.
4 years in medical school.
So that, I guess, we learn about everything there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember you pick the day and you choose a program, you know, once you specialize where you want to go. And I guess you chose pediatrics. How many years is that program?
So I did a 3-year pediatric residency at University of California at Davis. And then I did an additional chief year at University of California, Davis.
So, but you know, if you're like me, I learned more once I began practice than I did in all the training. The training was nice,
Yes.
but you always learn more when you're doing.
Yes. And I've been in practice for 5 years.
Good. Now, I guess you probably get more questions from parents and grandparents than you do the kids.
Always. Although I've gotten some great questions from kids as well.
Well, one of the questions I had is, how do you have it when you have a youngster come in and see you that they don't get scared? You know, it's natural to get scared, and when anyone's in a fear state, it makes figuring things out that much harder. How do you get people to relax, especially your people?
One of the things is I don't wear a white coat.
Okay.
White coat's associated with pain, so I just don't wear a white coat. I also have little animals that I'll bring into the room. I have a little monkey for my name tag that the kids, I'll let them pull. We turn things into a game. I rarely have children sit on an exam table.
Okay.
Most of the time I examine them on the parent's lap. Probably the only exception if it's an older child that frankly is too big to sit on the mom's lap.
Yeah. You know, what do you do? How do you diffuse this situation is when a child gets in there and you just can't settle them down. Do you have any tricks to do that? Because I know all parents would want to know that trick if you have it.
I actually often leave the room,
Okay.
come back, and I'll either have something funny in my hand or I'll bring a popsicle,
Okay.
some treat to sort of diffuse the situation, let the child calm down.
Well, those are good tips. Now, what we've done, Dr. Nelson, is we've got questions from the website that people have wrote in, and they want these answers. And we've chosen the ones that most people have written. We're going to get to those while we're waiting for your call. It's 855-644-3278. And our first question, we're going to put it up on the screen here. And this was from a concerned parent. And this parent has an infant, and they're transitioning from mother's based milk to a whole food plant-based diet. And I applaud them for that, healthy diet. Any suggestions? And specifically, they want to know about certain supplements in a diet. How do you make sure that child's getting everything that they need?
So first of all, you want to make sure that the child's at least a year old before you make that transition. If you choose to make that transition before they're a year old, it's good to use a fortified formula.
Okay.
And you can do soy-based formula. If the child is, but I'm assuming this child's over a year.
Yeah.
Soy milk actually contains B12, vitamin D, it's added
Okay.
by most soy milk companies.
Okay.
So just make sure you get a soy milk that already has the vitamin D, the vitamin B12 added. You don't need a lot of that in your diet because it's a fat,
Right.
it's a fat soluble, but you do need it. And you can also, most cereals are fortified, especially baby cereals are usually fortified. And if you're really worried, just get a multivitamin. You can
Right.
get the liquid multivitamins, the Polyvisal is what I usually recommend.
You know, I see a lot of parents, when my kids eat very healthy, and the other parents will give you a little bit of grief, go, don't they get enough this, this, and this? And I said, well, look at them, they're growing up fine, they're ahead of their growth curves and everything. They haven't been sick. So I applaud this person
Yes.
for making that transition.
My children are on a completely plant-based diet, and my son is 95th percentile for weight.
Yeah.
And my daughter's right at the 50th percentile for weight. So I don't have scrawny kids.
Yeah, and everyone when they come up to you say, well, you're not getting this or that. Oh, I think it's much more dangerous to get too much sugar and too much protein than it is to, these elements, you get them fairly, you don't need very much, and it goes a long way of B12